It's coming up, when is it? Saturday at 9. Please welcome Linda Lavin. Oh, boy, you look very nice.
I appreciate it.
Very nice.
I tried.
These are all sparkly.
Yes.
This is not.
That is true.
Yep.
This is more matte than sparkly.
It is, Matt. What would that be? That's crushed something, isn't it?
It's just plain old velvet.
Is not crushed velvet?
Not crushed velvet?
Crushed.
Crushed.
Is that not a term? Crushed?
No, crushed is when it looks like that.
Oh, yeah.
No,
That's wadded up and wrinkly.
It's a plain velvet. This is boring.
No, I'm fascinated in this. I'm looking at a little outfit myself like that, and I never know whether to get the plain velvet or the crushed velvet.
Crushed will have a sort of a molded look to it.
Moldy look to it. Molded look to it. Crushed is...
Crushed is if you slept in it all night.
Slept in it, yeah, and then with chili stains and so forth. I've had that, yeah. Anyway...
It's on...
Yeah, we need...
The network with the... I noticed that's always deleted, and it amazes me that we're as if pretending that there are no other networks on this network.
And you know when you're watching this back tonight...
And it will say... Beep, beep.
You'll notice that it's been deleted again.
But I could sign that much.
Yeah, you could.
I don't know how to make a B yet.
What do you mean you don't know how to make a B yet?
To sign.
Oh, to sign. You mean like sign language. What does a C look like?
Like a C.
Well, no, wait a minute. If we're going to do this, let's start with an N.
Shake.
Can you do an N? Let me try that.
A rabbit?
And a puppy?
Can you do an N? What?
No, I can't do an N. I just got here.
Why were you... Oh.
I mean, now what is this?
That is a V upside down.
Now, well, how did you do the N, though? You added one what?
I added one. But that's not how you do it. I'm
silly.
sure that's not... You wouldn't take the time to spell.
So you're just making this whole thing up, huh?
No, there is a spelling in signing, but I can't imagine that it would be that because that's not fluid enough to continue. Mm-hmm. You probably can say the words that N is in and not have to go in.
It'd be tough to do when you're...
This is not correct. I'm making this up.
If you're driving a car, it would be tough to go... Is this... Excuse me, which is the in lane? But do you own anything that's crushed velour or velvet? Now, there we go. What is velvet compared to velour?
I'm not in the garment industry.
No, I know. Well, I've been hoodwinked here. Someone told me that you were coming out here to push a brand new line of clothing. You're a fine actress, and we have proof of that. Not that we needed any, but we have a very...
This is very exciting.
This is from
Time
the Weekly Reader. No, Time.
Time magazine?
Yeah, you can say Time. You can say Time. Absolutely. Explain to us the title. Now, I had difficulty with that. It's actually the $5.20 an hour dream, right?
Well, no, actually, it's the $5.20 an hour dream. If you say it, $5.20 an hour.
$5.20 an hour dream.
So that's how you say it, $5.20 an hour.
$5.20 an hour dream.
Now, what that is about is that this is a story about a woman who works in a factory. We shot it in a real factory in Pomona, the city of industry. Oh, well, how nice that you're here. And we worked in a factory that rebuilds automobile engines, which is an invaluable experience because to work in the real place and not to work on a set enriches you. You are there, it smells like it, you do the work. I learned how to grind valves. There's always something to fall back on. But it's nice to know that this took place in a real place. And that we were taught by the women who work on the line how to do those jobs. It's about a woman who works in a factory and has a kid and lives in a trailer park and needs to make 30 bucks a week more just to live and pay her bills and get her car out of hock, which it's at the mechanics. And she finds out that the people on the production line in the factory, she's on the pre-production, which is called the assembly line, make 90 cents an hour more, and they're all men. So she goes after that job, and it's a non-political story. It's a story about economic necessity. It's a story about a woman who needs the money and goes after this job, which she can do. The jobs are not any harder on that line than the ones she's doing. They take different muscles. And she goes after this job, and it's what happens to her. What that brings out in people, the anger, the fears of the men on the line, of the women. She's left on the pre-production line of her daughter's friends, because she's some kind of a freak. And so she encounters all kinds of things she wasn't aware of that would happen under this. And it's a very exciting movie because it's a movie about survival and it's hopeful and.
When you were in Pomona, and the Pomona is in the City of Industry, or
yes.
The City of Industry. Beautiful.
It's in Pomona. That may be. The City of Industry is in Pomona, and then it's all called Whittier or something anyway.
I think we've cleared that
it's
up. But when you were there doing this stuff, you were actually lugging stuff around, weren't you? In addition to grinding valves and stuff?
Yeah, I did all the jobs on the line.
Yeah.
I don't want to give it away because I want you all to see it. I'm very eager for everyone to see this movie because it's a terrific movie. Richard Jekyll is starring in it with me.
Have you ever had a job like that? Anything in your background where you actually paid by the hour to
yes, but
lug
I've never
rusty
done...
old car bodies around or anything?
No, I've never done that kind of work. I've never done that kind of physical blue-collar work.
Yeah.
And everybody is doing all the jobs in the factory. In fact, there's a scene where I'm stacking engines with a hydraulic hook, and I'm doing it.
Why? What's the reason for stacking engines?
You have to get them out of the way.
Oh, yeah. It's pretty much the same principle with your socks. You got to stack them to get them out of the way. And we'll find out what else you can stack right after this word from Ralston Purina Company, makers of Purina pet products and all the other fine things from Checkerboard Square.
Ask me for Butcher's Blend. I'll go
Excuse me, where's the Butcher's Blend?
Follow me, lady. This is where you find the Butcher's Blend.
But please, don't bother the butcher. Nutritious Butcher's Blend is a different kind of dry dog food with 3 delicious meaty tastes: beef, liver, and bacon flavors.
And it comes from a bag, not a butcher.
For 3 meaty tastes, please, don't bother the butcher. Get Purina Butcher's Blend dog food.
Excuse me, where are the pork chops?
That's how cats ask for Meow Mix. But now they've come out with a second different flavor combination. New Meow Mix in the blue box with beef, liver, and kidney flavors. How would you ask for that second flavor combination? Very clever. You meowed twice for the second Meow Mix. 1 meow for the first Meow Mix. 2 meows for the new second flavor combination. We haven't come out with that one yet.
Taste the high country. Taste the high country. Taste the high country. Taste Coors.
Coors is born high in the Rockies, and the quality never comes down. It's brewed with pure Rocky Mountain spring water and its own special high country barley.
Taste the high country. Climb up to Coors.
If you've never read a package in your life, read this one. It tells all about a fantastic tampon called Rely from Procter & Gamble. It's totally different from any other tampon. See, Rely is made of 2 materials. Each has advantages of its own, but combined, they're even better. Rely's shape is unique, too. But read the package, and I bet you never go back to what you buy now. Remember, they named it Rely.
Thank you. Linda, who spent a lot of last summer stacking engines, is going to go over and bench press the piano for us a little later, so we'll look forward to that. Now, you're chewing gum, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
Now, do you know, let me,
But if it
excuse me.
offends you, I'll
does
take it
not,
out.
no, it doesn't bother me at all.
No, I used to...
Go ahead, do it. Make a
That
fool
was
of
just, that
yourself.
was
No,
enough.
put
I
it
just
on your
wanted a
forehead.
little something.
Now, do you know why all that gum is there?
Why is all that going
Well, you know, the first time you and I met, the very first word you ever said to me was, how much longer are you going to be chewing that gum?
Is that right?
That's right. And I related that story, and they said, oh, this will be plenty of laughs. And, of course, we've proven that it wasn't.
Is that right? That wasn't very friendly.
Oh, that's all right.
Oh, well,
You
this
did-
is for you then, and you're not even chewing it.
Well, no, because I
You
got
mean
that,
because I said that to you?
No, it's kind of, this is what's known as a sight gag. Now, in this particular case, it didn't work. So the show is out 87 cents for bubble gum, and they'll have a tough time justifying it upstairs. Now,
Was I supposed to help you with that or something?
oh, no, no. And you were right not to try.
I
No, you're not. You may have been to Pomona, but you're not dumb. What I wanted to talk to you about. It looks like, did you have when you were in grade school, did you have a candy day where everybody could bring candy? Doc, did you have?
Yes, absolutely.
This is what it looks like, or like trick-or-treating or something. Anyway, now I'm trying to save the lousy sight gag. I'd like to address...
I get to play with it.
Sure you can.
Okay.
I want to address ourselves to this review here and this esteemed publication. How do you react to...
I have it with me in my pocket in case you didn't have that.
Really?
Sure, in color. Are you kidding? Time magazine? A serious review, wonderful, a nice picture with dirt on my face.
Yeah, that is handsome.
And it's a wonderful review.
Yeah.
And it excites me very much because
see what I have.
I think it's a terrific movie. This is new. I don't do this all the time. It just came out last night.
Yeah, well, I would be pretty proud about that
and
myself.
Also,
anyway, what I wanted to ask you about was, now, obviously you're thrilled because you're lugging the thing around with you.
Right.
Now, how would you react if they did not give it a favorable review? How do you respond to that?
Oh, well, I've tried to learn about that over the years, to be philosophical, to understand that even critics are entitled to their own opinion, and that one's work, all that counts is that one goes on with one's work, you know, and to perhaps learn, if you can, from something that you have guts enough to read if it's awful, that I've tried to learn it. I don't know how well I've learned it. We'll see.
Yeah. It sounds like you're anticipating more bad news there somehow, doesn't it?
It does. Well, no, I'm just trying to be realistic about reviews. Reviews can be devastating when you attach all the wrong things to your work. It's not life and death, it's your work. And if you can separate your work from your life and not feel so hurt and not feel so devastated and say, well, I think the guy's wrong, but I don't agree, or maybe there's something to learn about that, then maybe you can go on. Or maybe just don't read them at all. That's real grown up.
Yeah.
Just
don't.
I don't know. It's hard. Each time, I think it has to do with what the project is, how much of an investment you've made, whether you can brush it off. But I think it has to do with a psychological adaptation, too.
I think it's about the only walk of life, politics and sports may be the two exceptions, where people actually, on paper,
there it is,
write an assessment of your work. I mean, you don't pick up things like Bob Johnson, a would-be plumber, tried to fix a faucet last night. You don't,
no.
We seem to get that.
So you should accept it.
Yeah.
And it's hard, but you could learn to.
Yeah. Now, we worked on, what was the show? It was the
Mary Tyler Moore Show.
The Mary Tyler Moore Show 2, or actually 3, 2.
2.
Well, it was her second variety show, her third. No, actually,
I see. Yes.
And
we had a nice scene together.
We did. And what exactly happened there?
You were my manager.
That's right, and we were pushing you
for an award.
Yeah, we hurt Mary's feelings, I think, didn't we?
Yes. Well, we were being very pushy. You were being very pushy. I was being very nice. And there was an award. The show was about an award show that was going on simultaneously as Mary was doing her show, and we were both up for it. And you were wonderful.
Well, that's real nice. No,
see, that person saw it.
I don't think it ever aired.
It did air, and it was
air?
good. It was a good show.
Yeah.
And Mary Tyler Moore's a wonderful person, and that was the first time I'd worked with her.
Yeah,
it was a nice
terrific.
week, special.
Now, we have, you're going to do something for us? No, she's not going to do something for us?
All sorts of times.
What's happened now here? What's the problem?
Times ago.
Times a-going. I love those down-home expressions. Times a-going.
Time is ago.
So she will not be at the piano?
Possibly in some future day.
I could just jump right over there right now and give you 2 minutes.
Well, Linda Lavin, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh. Because of you, there's a song